here with a new painting tutorial, and this time I'm going to paint Abaddon. So this is the Abaddon, it's in parts, okay, and what I did is I used a lot of glue tack to just put the different parts together to be able to prime. You can see now we are going to do the paint job, so I will need to remove these things here, and I will need to know to do the full assembly. Okay, so I need to do remove all the different parts. So we are going to do the painting tutorial of that. So I will do the painting tutorial, and we are going to go by parts. On the first part I will talk about the base. So the first thing that I'm going to do on the base is to add texture all the parts that are not covered by the decoration of the base. Okay, so I'm going to use texture paint. We can use any because we are going to paint on top, or you can paint on top if you want, but I'm going to use the Stirland Battle Mire. That is the color that at the end is also the color I want to use for the rest of the base. So I will apply this. Just finishing this spot. Okay, so we take, normally we use a tool like this one, and we try to put it all around the base. I recommend to go a little bit over the decoration that we have, because this will help to integrate everything and don't see we are not going to see the gap. Okay, so it's important we do it this correctly. Let's say we apply it. On the different parts. Sometimes can be a little bit difficult, but you want to be sure. And we put it there. And now I'll be sure that I'm not covering too much. The wire. Okay, and I keep. You can use as well, you can use sand if you want, you can use any other type, but you can even use the cracking if you want, that if it's surrounded by cracking motor run, but I prefer to add this type of texture. Okay, I don't mind if I go a little bit over the stones. So really what you want to avoid is that you can see this gap, right? So this will also work as a little bit as a filler. This way, putting a little bit, I like to put with a mold, so to be sure that I cover everything. Okay, that I don't give any gap. Okay, so we put it, now we working. Okay. You can see, and then once we have applied that, we need to wait that this dries. Normally I like to, I wait until the next day to keep working on this. So this is, you can see we have this cover. Okay, and this should be enough. So now, I'm tilting my hands. So now we wait that this dries, and I will come back for the next step. So once the texture paint has dried, this is how it looks like. Now I'm going to apply radius height on the rest of the base. Okay, I'm not too quite straightforward, even if we cover some of the other details. We'll try to avoid to go too much over the loyal marine. Okay, still thinking which colors I will use for the loyal marine. But no, I'm going to apply this. I'm going to go as well over the texture paint to uniform all the color and be sure that we have the same color for the full base. Okay, so I do that and I come back for the next step. Okay, once radius height have dried, now we are going to apply a dry brush of XV88. I use a big brush in that case. Okay, and yeah, we can use this one. Okay, I want to go quite heavy. This is why I did not dry it too much, and I go all over the whole base. The point is, I want to have quite a light color. Okay, quite light. Try to do it everywhere. Okay. And now we can start doing the different details we have here, right? So I'm going to paint the schools. We are going to paint all the different cap that is on this base. So I'm going to take now flake one flake, and I'm going to apply this on the different schools. Okay, so we are going to apply this on the schools. I try to leave the eye sockets without paint, with the dark brown, and we do all the different schools, and if there is any bone. Okay, so I will do them and I will be back for the next step. Okay, we have here paint all the different schools. Next I'm going to apply Calidor Sky on the Death Space Marine and the helmet we have there. The Death Space Marine I will paint it in the color of the Litwand. Okay, and then the other Space Marine I will paint it as a normal Space Marine. So to do that I'm going to apply here I'm using Calidor Blue. I'm going to paint it as a Ultramarine Litwand. Okay, and I will paint different armor plates with this bright blue. and later on we are going to dirty it. You can see what I with the scratches, but I want them to, and having the brown as a base color also will help to give the sensation of dirtiness in some areas. Okay, so I will paint the armor plate, leaving even the spaces between the armor plates in this brown, dark brown in some cases, because will help to give the sensation of dirty, of being in the mud. Okay, as you can see, and later on we are going to scratch it and to damage it. But normally first you need to apply a nice layer. Okay. It's a very interesting scenic base, the one from Abaddon. Here one tip, I will not go to the bottom, will not follow completely the sculpt. As you can see, I leave it halfway. Okay, so to adjust and to avoid that is looking deformed, right? It's like here we have the end of the dip. I'm just doing that like that. I will not do it to the bottom. Now we do the other fingers. I was hesitating. This can be also done as a blood angel, can also look interesting, even as a iron fist. I will avoid to do this in marine from any chapter that goes in black, right? Because you want something that is different than Abaddon color. And I will give always, I will not paint it as just a regular soldier. I will paint it as a like a champion or someone that try to really challenge Abaddon, right? So I will do this. Okay, I will apply this in all the armor plates, and I'm back for the next step. So this is how it looks like now that we have done the blue. I realized that I forgot to do the stones first, so I will do now the stones. And yeah, I was not too much concerned, but there is one here just hiding under the hand that I just saw when I was painting the marine. So I'm going to use Beyblade Brown first, the dry brushing. We are going to go quite heavy. I want to do the stones, in this case in a cream color. Okay, but I start with Beyblade Brown. To soft a little bit the very black, the very dark parts. Okay, and we want to do it here. Okay, I'm just checking for more stones here. And here. Now I'm going to take Rack of Flesh. applied as well here. This is maybe the most difficult one. You have to do this one before doing the armor. So if you see this now, yeah, it was a small mistake from my side. Okay. And then I'm going to use a little bit of glacier, very light color. This one you want it to dry quite well. Okay. Okay. Now we have the different stones done. Keep the brush. We go for the next step. I'm going to paint the black parts, and in that case I will use Black Templar, the contrast paint, because I will take the benefit that it's have a little bit of filter, so that the brown is showing through. Okay, I want to give this sensation of dirty black, so this will help to sell this sensation. I know that normally contrast paint should be applied directly on top of light colors, but in that case Black Templar can work quite well. Okay, we have done that, and I'm going to do as well the spaces or the sections. These parts, these are ribs in reality, so I will do them. This part I will do it more in bloody, that if the rib cage have been injured. And I keep applying this. I will do as well where we have the lens of the helmet with this color, and of course I will do this one that has the lens broken completely. I'm going to do as well this one and this. The hand. I will do this thing as well. Okay. Next step, I will take iron breaker, and I will do all the I don't know the name in English, all these things. And I will do as well the burner or torch, I don't know. And here we are going to do the stream and the connector. And now we touch all these dead bees. Okay, I will do them all and I'm back. Okay, next step, I'm going to use bronze from Vallejo model color on also as well on the bullets, or not on the bullets, on the, I don't know how it's called this in English. It's the, so in this we are going to do this part. Okay. Again, we will go one by one. I'm doing that. And we are going to use the same bronze color to do this Aquila. Okay. To do the Aquila as well. This is this torch decoration. So we do all these parts in the bronze color and I'm back for the next step. Okay, next step, I'm going to use Retributor armor on this wing and as well on some of the rim on the shoulder pads of the Space Marine, and also this decoration here, right? We are going to put it here. Okay, and we are going to do the rim of the armor. And I take a bigger brush and we do these wings. Okay, so I will do that, we'll more likely need to do a couple of layers on the wings, and I'm back for the next step. Okay, next step I'm going to focus again on the armor that I'm going to paint as a Lituant, and I'm going to do now the helmet decoration. So I'm going to apply Nocon red, I'm going to apply Mephiston red. Okay, what I will do is, instead of trying to make two thin lines of Mephiston red, I will do a thick line now of Mephiston red, and then I will paint white inside. So we are going to do something like that, starting from here, we go to the back. You don't need to completely fill the white part, I will just do something like that. So at the end we want to fill with one. Okay, I will leave it like that. And I will paint as well the lenses, the ones that are not broken. Okay. Now I'm going to use let me see if I find the color. Now I'm going to use Pallid Witch Flesh. I'm going to paint the knee protection. And I'm going to do the middle part of the helmet. We may need to do two thin layers to have a uniform coverage with the Pallid Witch Flesh. portion. Okay. I will wait that the white dries, and now I will, while the white is drying, I will apply a little bit of orange on the lens, so the royal orange. I will do the same here. Okay. I'm going to clean up the red. So to do that, I will take the previous blue that was colored the sky. Okay, and decided that I went a little bit too thick. I will go over some of the red. I realized that I was doing a mistake. The red goes in and the white goes out, so I just full everything on red, and now I'm going to use the palette. It's called palette with flesh to do the white lines. Here we have one. Here we go with the second one. It's important we do that before doing the weathering. Okay, I'm going to, with the red, I'm going to clean up a little bit. add a little bit of highlights on the black parts. So I will use downstone. I'm going to do something like that, maybe here. Same here in the hand. Okay. And here I think is, yeah, you have doubts if it's the exposed. I will do it like the exposed slash. Okay, and this wood, or this torch, I will do if it's like wood painted in black, so I will do a little bit of highlights. Let's get the brown one because it gives the sensation of dirtiness. Okay. Now I'm going to do edge highlighting on the armor, and to do that I will use Calgar blue. Okay, and I will highlight. I will do edge highlighting on the different armor plates. Also highlighting where we have the grids. Like that. Okay. When we have damages, I will go next to it and apply the blue around. Later on we are going to do the black and metallized. Okay, so I do here, then the fingers. So I will do the edge highlighting here and on the helmet, and I'm back. Okay, this is how it looks like now. We have done quite soft edge highlight, and now I'm going to use black, and I'm going to do different battle damage. because we are going to put then the silver inside. So for example, here I will make this sticker and put the black there. Put the same on this cut. The black is already in. I will go just a little bit out. Just putting a little bit of water. I'm going to do here the damage. For example, we can do as well here and here. We can add then a small damage here and there. Okay. We are going to put it in the shoulder pad. Right. Now here we need to color this. Okay. I'm going to put here at the borders this armor plate. And put for example here on the hand. Put it underneath here. There is a damage, important damage. I will do another impact here. Here on the neck. I will do this one here at the floor. I will do this. I'm going to filter a little bit this way, that is too strong. Okay. And I think this will be enough. So now I will take Iron Breaker. Only the Archer should work. I prefer Iron Breaker a brighter color. Here it is. What we do with Iron Breaker is, for example, this one, that was one of the first ones. I go in and I do it like that. This is why the black is important. This is helping to pop up all this damage. So the neck. That's good. Now the next step is to do a wash with Abaddon air shade over the whole base. I will start with the gold to give time to dry to the miniature. But this also is washed with Abaddon air shade. Okay, so we are going to wash everything and I'm back when this has dry. Okay, so the wash has dry now, and I'm going to work a little bit on this one, on the wound here. So I'm going to apply a tone color, a skin color, but it's not going to be quite a dark one. I'm going to apply this one to Sgurfur. Okay, I will imagine that he's been ripped off on this part. Okay, I'm going to do like that. We need to wait now that this dries. Okay, and while this is drying, I'm going to, you can see, another thing I want to say, I add a little bit more of silver in some other parts, especially here on the lens, to show that the lens have been damaged and also the parts are all scratched. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little bit of, while this is drying, nihilate oxide on the miniature, so to do a little bit of oxidation on this eagle. So here we have the nihilate oxide. Okay, this one, nihilate oxide. On this one, we want to be careful where to apply it. It's just to give a little bit of, so we'll do it mainly. I want to be very soft, I don't want to look super rust here. I'm imagining this as a resin debris, not really debris. I'm just adding this. Okay, very, very little effect on that. You can see I follow mainly. This, then okay. Now this has dry, and I'm going to use blood for the blood god. Right here. I can put it like that. That should be enough. Now I'm going to work on the fire. So to work on the fire, I will start applying orange color. Okay, because it will help me to have a good base. We can do in two ways. So we can start with this color that can cover quite nicely. That is, sorry. We can start with this one, or I would have started in that case with Fiery Orange, Fiery Dragon Orange, okay? Of how it's called, Fire Dragon Bright. So, we're going to do all the fire with this color, and especially here when we have we will need 2 layers to cover over the black. As you will see when you apply it, that to avoid chalkiness it's going to be a little bit translucent. So we want to apply 2 nice layers, or 3 if needed, that we have a very bright orange, so we don't want a dirty orange on a fire, right? So I'm going to do that, these 2 or 3 layers, until I have a nice uniform orange, and I'm back. So this is how the fire looks now. And now the next step, I'm going to use 12 Slayer Orange. And we are going to apply this towards the end of the fire. And as well, we are going to do something like playing it in the most. We try to put it, so we will want to go from this bright orange to darker. You can see that the previous layer is not dry yet, and I do this in purpose so I can blend the colors easier. Now I realize here I missed some, but we can use as well this color. I will do all the tail of the fire. Okay, I want to give just the bright orange at the base. Okay. Next, I'm going to use now Wild Rider Red. And after applying this color, I will wait that everything dries a little bit, because if not, it's going to be difficult. Okay, I will wait that this dries, and then I will come back to finalize the work on the fire. Okay, now that we wait, was drying out a bit, we are going to light the smoke part, the end of this, and as well we are going to add some more additional brightness. So I'm going to start now with Rhino's Hide, and we are going to put this at the tail of the fire, but really at the tail of the fire. So we don't want to put too much, and we are going to mix it as well with the previous color. So let me just... here is I'm going to take this one. We are putting this at the end of the fire. Okay. And now I will take the Wild Rider Red. Go over. Let me start with. And the point of doing this part black is, or black, dark brown is to show where the smoke starts, right? I want to limit really the brown part. Something like that. With another tail. And again, we want to limit the quantity of brown we have. Okay. Oops. I'm going to do just these ones. And now I'm going to apply the Wild Rider Red. Okay, here as well. Okay. Now I'm going to add a little bit more of this is the toast layer. Requires the intermediate orange. I'm going to add a little bit more here, for example. Here as well. I'm going to take the darker orange and make like a line here. Like that. Now with the orange should be soften all this. But now the point I'm doing here is try to make the flame shapes a little bit, not just to make the gradient to the end, but also adding here some flame shapes. This one here. Now the first layer. Do this one there. a little bit of yellow. I'm going to use Arial yellow. We're going to apply it. Just here at the base. And now I will use orange to glaze on top. We don't want to be extremely bright. But I want to keep some of the yellow there. Okay. And now the last thing I think we should do is to apply some reflections on the gold, because the gold is high reflective, and I go just on the border of this gold and I apply some orange. Here, we'll do it over here, and we are going to apply it on this feather. Okay, and then on metallics you want to be a little bit harsh, right? Because the metal will have a strong reflection. This is how you sell. Okay. Then we can add. I think for me will be okay there. You want to add it as well on the arrows, right? The arrows will look orange. Or this metal part will look orange from this side. Right. You don't want this black dot there. Okay. I'm going to close all this. Now we are going to make a look. So I think now the base is almost ready for just to put Abaddon there. So we can make now a trial or check how it would look like. One, just put everything together, so you see how this will look like. I think we will need to do some reflection maybe here on the leg as well later on. But we will do this once it's assembled. Okay. I think so far looks good. So I will finalize here this first part. This is just focusing on the base. I hope you have liked this one. Please let me know what do you think. I hope it's according to your expectations. And now we are going to work on Abaddon. So that's all for now. Please give a like if you have liked this video. Share with other people these things that some other people can learn from that. And of course, if you want to see how this project evolves, I will ask you to keep tuned because I will do the full tutorial tutorial on Abaddon.